Alright, we got an offer, and this is the last work of theirs. They were with us majority through Series 2. And I shouted them out only twice in Series 3, which is Escobar. So, as tradition, once we reach the last SCP of the offer, we will look at not only the last one we read of theirs, but also the second last one of theirs that we read. So 2998 was the last one, which was the 2998, which was the moment you hear the name Ruhar, you have like this imagination of who that person is. You have this like paranoia, and it spreads, and then like the whole world goes to shit because everybody's like afraid of this person. I think it also has to do with like a planet as well, yeah, because it comes from a planet. It basically is like like humanity destroys itself because they're afraid of a person, of a creature. And the second last one that we read of them was 2780, which was, and I really like this one. Actually, this one's coming out in 9 days on my channel. It's the one where somebody can hear an argument in the house, and they found out that the person that they hear the argument from is actually somebody from the future, and now they have found a way of communication by basically whatever the person writes inside the bedside table, like paperwise puts it in the bedside table, like a little what's it called? Schublade, I forgot what the English word is. Drawer. The one in the past can read it, and they have been like helping each other out because the one in the future is like missing a bunch of things that doesn't exist anymore, and the one in the past is trying to help out. Because like, you know, it's kind of like having a neighbor or a roommate, but they're in different timelines. Two very, very fantastic SCPs. And now we're gonna read the last one of Escobar, which is Model TH-223. And I want to Model T is a Henry Ford car, and I only know that because of the epic rap battle of history. Because I did like research into the history of that rap battle to explain to my parents. So I know that Model T is a Ford car. I'm just curious, yeah, if this is at all related to cars or not. We will see. Because save, and we also have finally a not a super long one. Save. Special containment procedures. SCP-3046 is to be contained in a 60 centimeter cubic containment locker at Site 38. No individuals other than selected D-class personnel should come into physical contact with SCP-3049. 6, sorry. Selected individuals are to be provided with a blank account, routing number with contents between $500 to $600, a cellular phone program with -A's number, is to be kept in the possession of testing individuals at all time. Instances of SCP-3046 should not be permitted to grow beyond a volume of 5 cubic meters. Discovery of any uncontained instances of SCP-3046 is to be counted through the completion of procedure 419 Abuya using Foundation funds, followed by the use of Class B amnestics and on any affected or involved civilians. SCP-3046 is a spiked purple ball, closely resembling products of the line of toys. Okay, it's not a car. 8 instances of designated -1 through 8 have been recovered to date. SCP-3046 is of indeterminate make, while balls of similar appearances are composed principally of rubber. It is not possible to determine the object's tactile properties due to its anomalous effects. During testing, SCP-3046 registers a Moss hardness rating of 10, at least equivalent to a diamond. Ooh, okay. Likewise, the object has proven impenetrable to traditional methods of subsurface scanning, including X-rays and magnetic resonance imaging techniques. In an undisturbed state, SCP-3046 has a diameter of 5.2 centimeters. When not being touched, SCP-3046 remains in a fixed position in whatever location is last inhabited while being touched. SCP-3046 is immovable except during human contact. This immovability is, of course, fixed to the Earth's location and velocity at any given time. When a human is in contact with SCP-3046, the object will become mobile. However, it will also begin perpetually growing in size. SCP-3046 growth is represented by the equation y equals v plus x in the power of 5.4, well, 04, where v starting volume, x number of minutes since contact, equals y equals volume after x minutes, volume measured in centimeter cubed at all points. The significance of the exponent in this equation, if any, is unknown. Additionally, SCP-3046 will adhere to any exposed human skin. No means of separating skin from SCP-3046 has yet been determined. During growth, SCP-3046 is capable of breaking through any matter used to contain it, including reinforced concrete and steel of any thickness. The ball will not distort from its spherical shape in any way. Due to the growth, SCP-3046 will have volume of 8.46 times 10 in the power of 5 cubic centimeters. After 15 minutes, approximately twice the volume of a beach ball. At 30 minutes, the ball will have volume of 27 cubic meters. Between 5 and 15 minutes of SCP-3046 coming into contact with a human, the near cellular telephone to SCP-3046 will ring. The individual on the other end of the call will request to be put online with the individual holding SCP-3046. The voice is designated -A. It is described as female with particularly nasal New England accent. The voice will refuse to speak to anyone not in contact with SCP-3046. Once in contact with the affected individual, the voice will describe itself as a representative of an unspecified organization or group and offer to remotely separate SCP-3046 from the individual in exchange for money, goods, and services. Currency accepted to date by -A include all major world currencies, publicly traded goods or materials, or technetium, an amount varying between $475 and $510. The value is believed to be constant in some unknown currency and varies due to a conversion rate. Once affected individual agree to the term of payment, SCP-3046 separates and decreases in size. Unmarked trucks or vehicles will appear at the location of the agreed upon good and take delivery of it within 10 minutes. No attempts to prevent the taking of possession of the given materials have been successful to date, though the Foundation has not had the opportunity to experiment with this phenomenon. -A has demonstrated an unknown ability to know when an affected individual is attempting to claim to be in possession of the material falsely. Should an affected individual fail to have any acceptable form of payment, they are offered to complete an unspecified form of labor for the benefit of -A. Once the individual agrees, SCP-3046 separates and decreases in size. The form of labor in all recorded instances has taken the form of asking the individual to travel to a nearby location, where they find a cardboard box full of nuts and bolts composed entirely of technetium. According to SCP-3046, the individuals will then receive a phone call instructing them to thread all of the nuts and onto the bolts. Once all nuts are threaded, the individuals are instructed to leave the area. It should be noted that any individual testing SCP-3046 in Foundation custody has been provided with any option other than paying in United States dollars, USD, as -A demonstrates a knowledge of the Foundation ability to pay the requested fee. Once payment is complete, individuals separate from SCP-3046 and the iteration rapidly reduces in size to normal. -A has proved cooperative in containment and removal of SCP-3046 instances, so long as payment is forthcoming. Dash A has shown an extensive and unknown knowledge of Foundation locations, protocols, and other sensitive information. Attempts to track Dash A via SCP-2232 and similar anomalies are ongoing. And then number 1, transcripts of recorded calls. Log 12, first recorded transcript of Dash A contact affected individual identified as David Carter, 17-year-old convenience store clerk living in Clarksburg, TN. Hello? Who is this? Hello, Mr. Carter. This is Static calling from the calling from the corporation. I'm told that you come into contact with one of our products. Is that correct? The ball? Yes, product type TH223, iteration 41. We apologize sincerely for any inconvenience this malfunction may have caused, and we hope it does not impact your future dealings with corporation. Now, would you like to discuss the removal packages? You mean getting this thing off me? Yes, of course. Okay, so I have our removal package pulled up here. We can do a temporary growth delay by remote. I'm sure you've noticed that you noticed the TH223 model tendency towards slight enlargement in contact with human flesh by now. But our most popular package is the total separation. Would you be interested in a total separation from the unit? Come on, you gotta get this thing off me. Okay, so I understand, and please have some patience while I select this option for you. Now we can do an in-house removal at no charge, but I'm seeing on my screen that your location supersonic flight, but we're gonna have to do the remote option. Cost in American dollars at your location comes to $464.25. Will you be paying cash, check, credit, or other? Lengthy exchange redacted due to the irrelevance and use of expletives. Mr. Carter refused payment and terminated the call. 15 minutes later, Mr. Carter used directory assistant to call Dash A and agreed to payment through a combination of funds accessed through a checking account and manual labor, threading a technetium bolts onto nuts. Why dissatisfied Dash A was unknown. And then we have log, this was log 12, now we have log 87. An example of a log created during testing of SCP 3046 is in Foundation custody. Test subject is D15544 and has access to a Foundation issue cellular phone and a bank account routing number. D15544 has been given instructions as to how to complete testing. Hello sir, this is with Corporation. I see from this screen that you're calling from the Foundation containment Site 38. Please give my regards to the director on his birthday. Would you like to access the usual account to pay for the total removal package? Yes, ma'am. Total will be $498.22. Please let me know when to execute the removal and log. Okay. So they just created something that... They basically created a scam. If you think about it. They created a scam to get money out of you because, like, you would see this ball, you touch it, you're like, oh, this ball looks cool, but then it just would grow. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you kind of, like, at first get, like, really, like, into it, but then after a while you're like, okay, now this is way too big, what am I supposed to do? And then they call you like, hello, looks like you got a little problem on your hands, but we have the solution, but you've got to pay us. And you're like, huh? What? So they basically created like a way to just make money out of people's curiosity and partially stupidity. I would consider that as a little bit of a scam. Because, like, you know, causing a problem that they can fix. Both products are theirs. So yeah, just a little bit something to think about. Sounds cool, not gonna lie, goes inside. I do like the idea that goes infinitely. Yeah, but like of course for you it's fun, but like it's not like a ball you can kick because it's really hard. It has the consistency of a diamond, so it's not like you can play with it. It just grows. It just all it does is just, and you're they're like, oh, okay, I'm running out of space, but it's still growing. How am I supposed to get past it? How am I supposed to get past it to go back to work or to the bathroom? How am I supposed to get food from here if I'm stuck behind the wall? All right. Let's see. If the next one is written by the Great Hippo, then we're gonna have a similar situation as last stream where I'm just gonna react in silent, and my ballistic tree as we can handle this ball is to be I'm not sure if that's diamonds are very hard. I'm not sure how much they can survive an explosion. I'm pretty sure they get at the very least they get chipped, but I'm not sure if, like, diamonds are like one of the hardest like minerals out there, so I'm not sure if they will get destroyed by an exploding tree, especially one the size of like a sports ball, like what's it called, like the gymnastic ball. But yeah, okay, here we go.